Hey there and welcome to Making Markus. This is actually Mavero, the iconic occultist from the Pathfinder range done by Reaper Minis. And I'm going to be once again doing a bit of minor conversions to make this into the character that I want. So our Markus has a shield, so here's his shield. He also has a bow, so I've got a quiver for him, but rather than making him a bow, I'm going to convert this sword into a bow, so that's going to be the bottom half of the bow there, and I'll just extend it up so it sort of comes up to head height roughly. I also have a skull which I want to add to his belt because our cleric is a bit of a crazy guy, and because of the way I've been working the clerical magic, I've been just sort of asking him what is it your cleric does under these circumstances to do this, and so he's been gathering ingredients, and different sort of ingredients have different qualities, and so it's much more of a, it's not a straight D&D cleric, if you like. It is for all purposes, and I make everything, the effects still function the same way, but there are slight tweaks and differences in accordance with how his religion as such that he's creating for himself or for his cleric self functions, and so it just adds an extra bit of depth to the game and allows the characters to participate in the creation process. So first up, I've just got to clean this guy up, and then I will green stuff his bow. We have it then. I've just modified this so it's now got a top end. I've made it sort of match the bottom end of the sword, so it's almost like a double-ended sword. See, it sort of taped the way it tapers, and then it tapers back up. So it's a best fit, it's not perfect, and that seems to be the way of these things. Well, I say seems to be the way of these things. I'm in a bit of a rush, and so I'm not taking massive amounts of time doing these things. But next up, adding the sundries that I have already made before getting stuck into making sickles, which is the hardest part of this build, because this guy uses sickles and I can't find any miniatures with him, and I don't have any just sculling around unlike other things. So I'll get on to making them, but first I will add the sundries so you can see basically what he's going to look like finished. Sans sickle. There you go, with the bow and all the extra bits, and I've just added on the shield, the quiver and the skull, and he's really starting to look like an adventurer that carries lots of stuff. Most of our adventurers in this group carry lots of stuff. One of the things I'm actually lacking is the horses and the pony for this guy. Has he got a pony or a donkey? I think it's a pony. He's got like a Shetland pony kind of affair, like short, stocky dude. But when they were up in the mountains, you know what? Served him well. So next up, I've just got to make a sickle. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to get a bit of plastic sheeting, and I am going to cut out a sickle shape. So I'll just show you what I'm doing with that over here. Okay, so you can kind of see where I've just drawn the outline with a sickle onto this bit of plastic. It's pretty small because it's meant to look like a handheld sickle for the guy I'm making it for. So next up, I'm just taking a sharp scalpel. Should be sharper than this really. I'll give this a sharpen. I do sharpen my tools, mostly because I can't afford to just be changing blades every 10 cuts. Which you should do, by the way, with a scalpel. Every 10 cuts it's become too blunt for purpose, really. So, not strictly speaking true, but... So then the next thing is to carefully just cut around this. And I'm going to have to just do it freehand. So I'm going to do that off camera because it's cutting curves is never easy. It takes a lot of concentration. The last thing you want is to be worrying about whether you're in shot or not. So I'll get this done and I'll show you the result in a mo. So here we have it then. I've finished this guy up. I've done his sickle. So I've hung his sickle off his belt here. So you can't really see the handle of it, and I did accidentally snap the handle off, I confess. But that's fine, doesn't really matter. And then I've made this second sickle, and this is because he has a spiritual weapon which is also a sickle which kind of flies through the air by itself. And so I wanted a miniature for doing that with, and at some point I'm going to have to mount this on some kind of flight base or get a piece of wire or something. I haven't quite decided exactly how I'm going to mount that. But for the moment, just so you can have a last gander, this is Markus. Slightly crazy cleric dude who has a habit of collecting body parts and organs and loves being covered in the viscera of his enemies. Which may not seem very clericy, but it's just the kind of cleric he is. It's just how he rolls. So there you have it, Markus the cleric. Hope this has been of some interest use to you as I'm carrying on with these conversions. Hope you're converting things to be exactly how you want them rather than as close as you can get. So thanks everybody for watching. Take care and have a good one. Bye bye.